Hi everyone, I'm Felicia and I'm going to be talking about career counseling with respect to Hispanics. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about demographic information, Latinos in the workforce, Hispanic wages, the education gap, and career counseling for Hispanics. And hopefully I can cram this all in 5 minutes, but I'm going to try, so here it goes. So Hispanics are one of the largest minority groups in the United States, and they're a very diverse group comprised of individuals from various Spanish-speaking countries in Central and South America and some areas of the Caribbean. Hispanic populations tend to be highest in western and southern states like California and Texas. And I'm from Texas, Amarillo, Texas, so I can definitely say that there's a large Hispanic population where I come from. A little bit of demographic information. Latino family households represent 10.5 million people, with 66% of those being married. 61% of children live in two-parent households, Hispanic children. Majority of Hispanics are native born, which means that they were born in their countries of origin and moved to the U.S. for whatever reason. Many Hispanic families speak Spanish at home, but students tend to have higher English proficiency, so children. Poverty rates and hunger rates are higher for Hispanics than the general population. 1 in 4 Latinos lives in poverty, so that's a pretty high rate. The text states that 11.8% of Hispanics were unemployed. And the median income is $37,913, which is not very high at all. Hispanics have higher school dropout rates, lower college enrollment, and less job training than the general population. And Hispanics have increased their educational attainment at slower rates than other ethnic groups. When we look at Latinos in the workforce, they comprise 15% of the U.S. labor force. Latinos tend to be underrepresented in high demand and high paying jobs, particularly underrepresented in jobs requiring advanced degrees like science, technology, and engineering. They're overrepresented in blue-collar jobs, unskilled labor, agriculture, construction, manufacturing, and food service. And Latino business owners are also concentrated in construction and wholesale trade. So that's kind of where they are oriented in the workforce, the labor force. And when we look at wages, as I mentioned previously, the median income is $37,913. The median weekly earnings of Hispanics in 2010 was $539, which was lower than the weekly earnings of African Americans, European Americans, and Asian Americans. When we look at education for Hispanics, there's a huge gap, and Hispanics are generally undereducated, which undermines their ability to integrate into society and become productive members of their communities. Closing the education gap can help this population advance in society, as well as their ability to contribute and not become social and economic burdens. When we look at career counseling for Hispanics, as mentioned previously, they're a very heterogeneous group comprised of a variety of cultures, traditions, customs, acculturation levels, and immigration histories. Cultural assessment that explores where Hispanics lie on the spectrum of traditional values and worldviews is essential for the working relationship in career counseling. Additionally, awareness that what works for one Hispanic client may not work for another Hispanic client, and being knowledgeable about Latino cultural values, and cultural identity is essential to know before working with Hispanic clients. And because career counseling is underutilized for the Hispanic population, it's essential to state expectations for career counseling at the outset of services to minimize any frustrations later on. They may bring bigger issues to career counseling that are outside of the scope of practice. So because it's underutilized, it's best to be really clear about what career counseling is. Let's see. Individualistic interventions may frustrate Hispanic clients who have a collective family system. Family may take priority over career choice and the paths of individuals. So we got to keep that in mind, and we also got to think about gender roles because traditionally the male is the sole income for Hispanic households, and so you got to think about that as well as extended family members because, for example, a Hispanic male may be caring for their elderly parents, and that may be impacting their career choice as well as their children's career choice. Let's see. Career counseling should focus on encouraging the pursuit of higher education, teaching job searching skills like resume building and interviewing, increasing bilingual education and access to ESL resources or English as a second language, increasing computer literacy, and exposing them to job fairs that show people how wide variety of opportunities and what's available to them. Additionally, like if you're working with students or younger Hispanics, it's important to work with their parents because they can be an important support for educational pursuit. So you can do this by providing them with information about education options, financial aid, and career path requirements. And I got all this information from our text and from Career Counseling with Hispanics, Latinos. It's a journal article. So that's my presentation. I tried 5 minutes. Looks like I'm going on 7.5. So sorry about that. Hope you all took out some useful information from this. All right, bye guys.